Hey everybody, hope you're doing good today. Neil the Knife Guy here. This is going to be a first impression video of this Benchmade 940-2. Just recently picked this up about a day ago and really couldn't be happier. I'm sure you guys have all seen videos on the 940 series, whether it be the original one with the green anodized aluminum scales, the 940 that has the carbon fiber scales, S90V steel I believe, and this one is the newest sort of rendition of it with the G10 scales, green pillars, and S30V blade. They switched from 154 cm on the green scaled versions of these to S30V quite some time ago, so that's no change. So the major change for this knife is the G10 handles and the green backspacers. Open construction is also different for this knife. It was also used on the carbon fiber versions with the S90V steel, and what a great knife. This is one of the ones that for a long time really wanted to get just a 940, any version really, and it sort of fell on the wayside and fell behind a lot of other knives that I actually purchased. So finally I actually have one of these in my collection and really couldn't be happier. Such a slim design and really a great EDC knife. You could definitely hard use this knife, and I'll back that up by saying if you ever seen a YouTuber by the name Wranglestar, a lot of you have, I know that, very popular YouTuber. He had a 940 and he beat the crap out of it, like literally beat the crap out of it, and it was still usable after all the years that he put that knife through the ringer. And that's one of the videos that led me to really want this knife. It seems like a really light but very capable knife, and that really sort of piqued my interest in this whole series to begin with. So I've had this for about a day. The action is getting really smooth. It's not a free dropper, but it just takes a little bit of a shake to get that blade closed. Really right where I want it for Benchmade access lock knives. I don't really like when they drop free. Just here in Canada, it's sort of harder to explain if I should get searched whether this is a flick knife or not, but I tend to run my Benchmades a little tighter than most people. But even that being said, this is still a very flickable knife. Like all access locks, these are actually really fun to flick and close watching TV or just waiting for the bus or doing really anything. This one comes with a little bit of a different pocket clip. Style wise it's the same as a lot of Benchmades, but this one is actually a Parkerized coated pocket clip, which means this one will wear fairly hard, so you're not going to get like chipping of the paint on some other Benchmade model pocket clips. It's not that shiny black that they sometimes use. It's actually the Parkerized version, which is really nice to see. It wears like iron, so it stays looking pretty much new for a long time. Blade centering on this one is bang on. Was sort of curious to see if this would come off centered or not. There's a few videos I already seen that the 940 comes a little bit off centered on some different models, but happy to say that this one is not. You see the really nice green standoffs at the back. They really pop just because it's an all black sort of handled knife except for the access lock and the jimping here, but all the screws are black. Pocket clip, so it makes those green stand out. Was really happy when I unboxed this. Super lightweight knife. Pretty much as lightweight, if not more so, than your Spyderco Delica. Just roll that in for a size comparison. Also want to give a couple other size comparisons with different knives. This is the Kershaw Leak against the Paramilitary 2. What else here? Maybe the Benchmade 710. So it's a decent sized knife. You get a lot of cutting edge for such a small package. Just comparing it to the Paramilitary 2 for a second here. You can see how much more cutting edge you get with this knife, and it feels like a smaller package. I think overall length on these two, the 940 is shorter overall, but if you line up the blades from cutting edge, which is right about there, you do get more cutting edge, which is always nice to see. I like to see a more 1-to-1 ratio from handle to blade, and this knife gives it to you. One thing I should mention, when I got this knife, it was actually quite stiff to flick out. I had a harder time sort of getting my thumb behind that thumb stud and actually flicking out the knife, but within maybe 10 or 12 flicks, it just sort of broke in really nice right where you want it, and it's flies out really fast now. Grinds on it is pretty thick. You're not going to get a super thin grind on that just because of the thickness of blade this way, the width of the blade I mean to say. But what you do get is a tough EDC knife. The G10 on this isn't grippy like your standard G10. It's not like a Paramilitary 2 or even like the 710 here. It's more of a sanded down G10. See if I could get you some close-ups of that. You can see it there. You're left with a bit of a texture. You could hear my thumb sort of skipping over it. So it's I'd call this a smooth handle, but it's a really attractive looking knife overall. A little bit styled differently than your standard 940, as in this part here doesn't go as pointy, and the cutouts here are a little bit styled differently, but it's a 940 nonetheless, and a great addition to that whole series. So just a quick video, guys, sort of first impressions, showing it off if you want to even call it that. But really happy with this knife so far, and you'll definitely see this in further videos. So thanks for watching, guys, as always, and stay tuned for more. Some other videos I got coming up in the near future, the next couple weeks, will be a first impressions video of these three knives here. Got these from GearBest about 2 days ago, and I'll be doing a first impressions video of all three of these, and then I'll be doing separate videos after I use them for quite some time. Also, one of the videos I've been really anxious to get out is on this Northeastern Blades Custom. What a great knife this is, guys. S35 VN steel, heat treated the 59.5 Rockwell. This is a solid performer right here, and been trying to do justice to that video. I'll have a test video and then a separate sort of review video of this knife, because I don't want that video to run too long. So stay tuned for those two videos, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and have a great night. Thanks for watching.